Hey guys, Chris here. So right behind me we have the 2019 Volvo V60 D4 Inscription, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys a tour of this car on the exterior and the interior. So let's start off with the color. This color is called Pebble Gray Metallic. It's a really nice color actually. It's like a beige gray, a lighter color, and I really do like it. It changes a lot, you know, in different sunlight. And as you guys can see, I tried to wash the car, but I wasn't too successful. It's still a bit dirty, but I do apologize for that, guys. It is, you know, fall here in Norway, and the weather changes, you know, from minute to minute. But I really do like this color opposed to, you know, the denim blue V60 T6 I had a few months ago, the first press car I had. Please check the link up there in the right corner to check out, you know, the exterior and interior tour of that car. I think this car color, you know, suits the car much better. It's a really nice color, and you can see there how it just changes in different light. I really do like this color. And, you know, if they had this for my XC90 when I ordered it last year, I might have chosen this color. It's a really cool color. So let's start off with the front. This is an Inscription trim. So it gets this waterfall grille, which has these chrome slats in the middle, surrounded by these, you know, painted black slats. And it is concave, you know, as in, you know, modern Volvo fashion. And then flanking to the sides, we have the Thorshammer LED lights, which in 60 series fashion, you know, extends further than the actual headlight. And you can see this, the hood here, and the side fender actually wraps a bit around the headlight. It's a really cool design feature. Down low below the headlights, you have this this like a boomerang shaped chrome bit here with matte black plastic, and you have the fog light there. And then you have these this rather aggressive front bumper, even in Inscription trim, with the front spoiler there. You can see how that, you know, looks. It's a really cool look and makes this car look sportier than the S90 V90 with Inscription trim. This car is equipped with the 19-inch double 5-spoke wheels, and they are very nice. Not my favorite wheels of this car, but they suit the car very well. And the side of the car, you can see how the shoulder line just starts at the front light, moves over the shoulders, and then you have this kink here, which is a really nice design feature. I really do like that. That distinguishes the V60 S60 from the S90 V90, because they do look similar, though they have differences. That's one of, you know, the defining differences between this and the 90 series cars in the side profile. So moving over to the front door mirror, they are body painted, or painted to the body color here in Inscription trim, and they have this black painted finish on the lower part. And you also have body painted door handles, and you have this chrome bit which wraps around the windows all the way back to the D pillar. And this car has laminated windows, as you can see on the logo there. And I mentioned earlier that it only had it on the front windows, but that's my mistake. It also has it on the rear windows, and also the A, B, C, D window. I don't know what that window is called, but the rear 3/4 window. But not, yeah, it actually has it on all side windows, which is actually quite impressive, which gives this better sound insulation. So double pane glass with lamination in between. Up top we have this roof rail, also in this matte chrome satin finish. It's a really nice looking detail. And then you have the antenna, which also is a GPS receiver, if I'm not mistaken. Walking over to the rear of the car, you have Volvo's, you know, typical waterfall over the shoulder taillights, which in the 60 series cars and all their station wagons now wraps, or is accentuated and moves all the way into the license plate holder there. You see we have the V60 badging. This is a D4 Inscription, and then you have Volvo in bold letters on the rear deck lid. Down below, Inscription gives this car dual exhaust with real exhaust tips inside the exhaust, and you have this chrome detail running in between the tailpipes. So that's basically the exterior of this car. I think it looks very nice. It's very sporting, and I think it might just be the best looking car in this class. So before we take a look at the interior, just want to show you guys Volvo's newest key design. If you've seen any of these videos before, you've seen this key a million times. So this is inscription trim, meaning the key is actually wrapped in the same Nappa leather as the interior. If you get a different interior color, the key is also in a different color. It's a really nice key, and please check up the video there in the right corner to check a detailed video on an unboxing of this key, or not this key but a similar key. So this car is keyless go, keyless entry. So put the key back in my pocket, and you see there's an indentation here on the door handle. Put your finger there. The car will lock and the mirrors fold. You can also do this from the rear door, so you see an indentation there. And you can also open up the car by putting your hand behind the door handle. Works from the rear door. And you can also lock it from the rear door, which is very practical. Some cars only have it on the front doors. Mirrors do unfold. So starting off with the front door design. Again, if you've seen any of these videos before, this will be very familiar. You have soft touch plastics up top, which is black, and then below that you have this interior colored blonde, which is the interior color of this car. Soft touch plastics on the upper portion of the door, and this is actually one molded piece here, all, even on the inside of the door and all the way down here, which is well, not all cars in this class actually have soft touch plastics down low in the cabin, so that is very impressive in this car. And then you have a faux leather insert here, and then you have faux leather on the armrest, and this is one of the softest padded armrest I've felt in a long time. You have some stitching there, which is really nice. Up top here you have some smooth rubberized feeling plastic, and then you have this metal door release, which is of really high quality, just feels really nice. Here you have the memory settings for the seats. This car has power adjustable comfort seats, and then you have the automatic, or the door locks here, lock and unlock. So this car is equipped with the Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system, which gives you this beautiful metal speaker grill, and you can see the trademark Kevlar speakers inside there. You can see the speaker cone, which is in Kevlar, which is yellow actually. It's very cool, and this beautiful speaker grill. Here we have the window buttons, which are all auto up and down. You also have the mirror buttons, which are also of course power adjustable, and if you hold these or press left and right together, the mirror will fold. Here you have child locks that can be adjusted from the door, which is really nice. And down below in the door you have the bass speaker there. On the inside of the door pocket is actually felt, which just gives you this more of a quality feeling. This car, as I said, has the blonde leather interior, and I'm just going to move the seat back a bit so I can show you guys the interior a bit better. So blonde leather. This seat is also ventilated. You can see it's perforated here, meaning this has a ventilated seats. These are the comfort seats, which are power adjustable, so you can move the thigh extension electrically in and out. You can also move the side bolsters in and out. And this car also has, massaging seats. They're cooled and they're heated. So let's just take a step inside to check out the interior. And this car has the normal inscription steering wheel, which gives you this contrast pattern here in with the blonde leather. It's only the blonde interior that gets a different color steering wheel on the inside. So you have black on the outside of the rim, and then you have blonde leather on the inside, and also you have a blonde airbag cover. It is prone to, of course, finger marks and getting dirty. I don't know if I would actually choose a light colored leather on the steering wheel, but it does look very cool and very nice. Up top you have this faux leather dashboard, or this leatherette stitch dashboard, which also has contrast stitching, which looks very nice and very premium. You also have the Bowers & Wilkins tweeter up top there. They're not a list tweeter, just putting the dot over the I on the premium of this interior. In front of me, we have a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and you also have a 9-inch Sensus infotainment system here. I have a whole separate video on these two screens up there in the right corner. Please check that out. So over to the steering wheel. This is the normal steering wheel, meaning you have a closed spoke here. The sports steering wheel has an open spoke here. So on the left side, you have the cruise control buttons. You have the adaptive cruise control buttons. So plus is to increase your speed, minus is to decrease your speed, and then right and left here you can toggle between the different modes, which is adaptive cruise control, pilot assist, and cruise control limit, which lets you set an upper limit to your speed, and you use the gas pedal to adjust your speed according to the limit that is set. It doesn't let you exceed that limit even if you press the gas pedal to the floor. Here you have the distance controls for the adaptive cruise control. So less distance, more distance. On the right side of the steering wheel we have the audio buttons here, but these can also navigate the board computer, which is up there. Turns up there in the digital gauge cluster. So this is up and down for volume. This is forwards and backwards for track, or forwards and backwards for radio stations. This is voice commands, and then here you enter the board computer, and once you enter that, a screen pops up, and then you can toggle between the different settings here. Over to the center console. There isn't very much to show you since, well, all functions almost are integrated into the Sensus infotainment system, but you have these beautiful vertically stacked vents, which are operated by this knob. So they are just feel very nice and very high quality, just super nice, and they're actually knurled metal, so they feel very nice. Below that you have a large audio button, or a volume button, which is also knurled and diamond cut, very beautiful. And then you have, the hazards here. You have the front and rear defroster, and you can also skip tracks forwards and backwards. And this is actually a blank button, because the XC90 uses the same button stack here. That would open the electrically operated glove box, but this is just a traditional glove box. Yeah, it's quite big. Here you have some my soda and just other stuff. So close this up like that. This car, since it's not a hybrid, it gets a traditional PRND shifter, and this is one of the nicest feeling shifters in the business. Just feels very mechanical and very precise and very solid. It's not very light to move. You need some effort to move it between the gears, just giving it that extra quality. Leather covered. You have aluminum details here on this side, of course. Here you have a small cubby to just put some stuff, and then you have a larger cubby here. So you have two cup holders, and you have more storage here, a 12-volt power outlet. Oh, and I forgot, this car is also equipped with this beautiful driftwood. You have it here on the center console, here on the dashboard, and more of that, that beautiful faux leather, or that leatherette. And then you also have it here on each side of the driver's display. Looks actually very nice. So down here you have the engine ignition switch, which is a rocker switch. So right to start and right to stop the engine. It's also knurled and diamond cut metal. Just feels very nice and of really high quality. And then you have drive modes down here, which is also a diamond cut scroll wheel. So you scroll between the drive modes, and then you press down to select your drive mode. Here you have your electronic parking brake, and then you also have your auto hold. All the way back here you have this armrest, which is of soft Napa leather, and you also have some stitching there, and it's also really nicely padded. Open up, reveals a rather large glove box. And I forgot to mention that, not a glove box, a storage bin. I forgot to mention that the glove box is also cooled in this car. Just want to show you something very quickly, if we can get the, yeah. So down here you have some switches. You have, your power seat switches, and then you have some buttons, and you have a toggle switch all the way to the front. So if you press that up, you enter the different functions here. So here you have your thigh extender, and then you can extend that electrically. And then you also have the lower back, and then you have also your side polstering here. side bolstering. Bolstering is Norwegian. So you can actually make it tighter or bigger if you want. And then all the way to the top you have the massage functions over there. So that is the front cabin, guys. I'm gonna go check out the back seats for you guys. And this is the rear seat. So the rear door has the same high quality materials as the front door. Soft touch plastics up top. You have soft touch plastics in the same color as the interior down low, all the way down here. Also very impressive than the rear seat. And then you have that faux leather insert here in the door, and also the armrest is of faux leather. You have the window switch here, electrically operated up and down. And I'll show you that laminated window, what that looks like. Double pane glass. That's what that looks like. And then you also have the Bowers & Wilkins speaker grill here. And then this is what the rear cushion looks like. It's also perforated leather, but this is not ventilated here in the rear seats. You only have ventilated seats in the front. So on the B pillar, you do get these vents, and that's even if you don't get the rear seat climate package, which this car has, which gives you even more vents here. And then you can also adjust, you know, your fan speed, your temperature, and also you have heated rear seats here. And then you have a 12-volt power outlet there. And what I really do like about these modern Volvos is that the seat back is also of really high quality. Usually cars, you know, our Audi A4 has hard touch plastics here on the seat back. This does not. This has soft touch plastics. And this is also even padded here on the rear seat. So it's a really nice place to sit. All the, you know, the materials you touch and feel are really high quality. And this is one of the reasons why I think Volvo are just, you know, the best in materials quality in the business now in their class, just, you know, edging out the Germans. You also have a nice map pocket here, which is also very practical. And you know, the seat is very comfortable, and this is set more back than my seat. You have good space here, but the cushion here is a bit short and a bit low. So if I put my feet up, you can see I have some space in between there. And if I want to rest my thighs, I have to put my feet like that. The Audi A4 actually has a better back seat in my opinion, but I think this is just a bit bigger. So up top, lastly, or not lastly, but up top we have this beautiful and expansive panoramic sunroof, which is just beautiful, and it's just a pleasure to sit in this light colored interior with this expansive glass. So lastly, in the rear seat we have the armrest here, which has this nice storage cubby here, which is rubberized, feels very nice. And then you have the cup holders here, which is also rubberized. This is much higher quality than what I have in my XC90, actually. And then you have another storage bin here, which the more storage that opens up nicely, softly, and padded leather. Just one of the nicest armrests actually in this type of car. And then you have adjustable headrest here in the center seat. So lastly, guys, just going to show you guys the trunk of this car. 529 liters. This has then the electric tailgate, power tailgate, whatever you want to call it, which you can see there, just powered up by itself. What it doesn't have is the trunk cover that moves out of the way automatically. That's a bit disappointing. We have that in our Audi A4. I wish, you know, it would have had that. But 529 liters, very square, this space, and very tall. So you can see my big suitcase there, which is 80 liters, fits when you even flip it up on its side, which is just very impressive. Not much to show you guys other than you have some pockets here, and then you also have a 12-volt outlet there, and you can also fold the rear seats from the buttons here. And this also has an electric tailgate. Electric trailer hitch, I mean, which pops up like that, and then you just kick it in place, and then to drop it you also press that button and then you kick it out of its way. Since this has the power tailgate, you can lock the car from here with keyless entry, which is actually very practical. So there you go, guys. That was my exterior and interior tour of the 2019 Volvo V60 D4 Inscription. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye. you.